Hi guys, it's Mrs. Fanton. Thank you for watching our asynchronous session. Today we're going to talk about the types of irony that you might encounter in life, when you watch movies, when you read books, if you go see a play. So oftentimes in literature, they provide some kind of irony within the plot. So that would lead to our first question. What is irony? So irony is the contrast between what something appears to be and what it truly is. Okay? And oftentimes there's three types of irony. There's verbal irony, situational irony, and dramatic irony. All right, let's see. Let's break those down. All right, the first type of irony we're going to talk about is verbal irony. So this is usually the use of words to mean the opposite or different than what a person's actually saying. A lot of times we call this like sarcasm. So it'd be like your mom comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, this room is a mess. And you're like, I know. And she's like, well, don't worry. I would never want you to clean your room. Well, clearly that's not what she means. She's being ironic. She's being sarcastic. She's saying the opposite or different from what she really wants. Okay. Here's another example. Thank you for the special ticket, officer. You just made my day. Well, does that sound like sarcasm to you? Because it does to me, right? Like, who gets a ticket for speeding and then says that it made their day? You know, like that's totally different than what they really, really mean. There's actually different types of verbal irony as well. There's an overstatement, that's when someone like totally exaggerates, or there's an understatement when someone does not emphasize something enough. So they're like, you know, do you like that girl Sally that is now dating your boyfriend? You're like, um, well, I like her so much. Well, clearly you're overstating it. You don't really like that girl. She's dating your boyfriend, you know? Or an understatement is like, hey, you look like you might be a little bit hungry. You're like, I haven't eaten all day. Like, I'm starving. So that would have been an understatement when she said, you look a little hungry. No, I look like I'm starving, you know? So anyway. All right, situational irony. This is the opposite of what is expected to happen happens. So it's exactly what you don't think is going to happen. For example, we don't expect a fire hydrant to be set on fire. Like it's supposed to prevent the fire. So how weird is it when it's on fire? Or if you see a policeman speeding, like they're supposed to be the ones following the rules. Like that's exactly the opposite of what you would expect, right? Or, oh, I know, when I was younger, one time I went to the bathroom, um, you know, at school or whatever, and I heard two teachers who weren't with their classes and they were talking, and one of them cussed. And I was like shocked. I was a little elementary school teacher, and I was like, that should not be happening by a teacher. Like, they should never be saying a bad word. Like, I was so blown away by it. But that's situational irony. We don't expect that situation to happen. Dramatic irony is when the reader or visual audience knows something that a character does not. That one's a little different. So basically, every scary movie, like we know things that the character doesn't. Like we know, do not open that door. The bad guy's on the other side. Like we know it, right? But it creates this drama. Or like Romeo and Juliet. We know that Juliet is just sleeping, but Romeo doesn't. So he takes his life and Juliet wakes up. So I don't know if you remember Romeo and Juliet, but remember Romeo finds Juliet and she had taken a sleeping potion to make it look like she was dead, but she wasn't really dead. So we knew that, but Romeo didn't. So he ends up taking his own life because he thinks that Juliet's dead and he can't live without her. But actually, now she's alive without him. So anyway, that's dramatic irony. All right, so for your exit ticket, what you're going to do is I have this story. It's called, or not the story, but the song by Alanis Morissette. Super old. It's from when I was young and I loved it. It's called Ironic. And you can go ahead and listen to it if you want. It's kind of fun. But here are the lyrics to it. So you can kind of read through. And there are a million examples. And again, that's an exaggeration, right? So that's a little bit ironic. But there are a lot of examples of irony in here. I want you to identify 3 examples, and you're going to put them. You're going to fill out the little survey on our class website and give 3 examples of irony from the song. Okay. All right. That's it. Great job, you guys. Have a good day.